Welcome back to the final video where we'll finish off the collision and hopefully have a decent game going on. It's not going to be perfect, but it kind of works here. So the collision, we start off if the ball was moving to the left, it did a bunch of stuff. The right side is going to be sort of the mirror opposite. So if it's not moving left, it has to be moving right. So just make sure that this else lines up with this here, and I'm having a little bit of troubles there. Let's just make sure, press enter. There we go. Move back one, move back two. Okay, so it's lining up with that. And then I'll do else. Not exe, else. Okay, so else. Well, so if the ball along the x is now greater than, what number did I say here? 480. Okay, so if it's beyond sort of its far right side, then we have to check the collision. Okay, just like we did before. So if the ball y is greater than or equal to let me just see here, player 2i, right? Because now we're worrying about player 2i, so it's the same as above, and ball y is less than player 2y plus 50. So it's identical, okay, except we're dealing with the other player. Okay, so if that's the case, so if it's going to hit the paddle basically, then the direction of the ball headed will be set to left because we need to bounce it the other way. Okay, else, so make sure it goes back one, else, well then it's almost identical here. So I'm going to grab pretty well all this. And the only thing we have to make, let's just indent this. This seems to come over. The only thing we really have to change here, oops, choose server changes. Okay, that just got indented. The only thing we really have to change here is that instead of player 2 score going up, player 1 score will go up, and then that just refreshes it. So I think that's pretty good. Now, I'm a little worried that I've messed something up here, but we'll take a look. So, hopefully, yours is going to work here. Okay. Now, the issue seems to be, we had this before, and I'll have to figure it out. And was there an error here? No, there's no error. Okay. We seem to have the ball wanting to always be black now. So even at the start, it's not showing up. So let's just take a look here for a minute. And I think it might be my order here of my functions being called. Although I did have that before. So ball collision, Pygame update. I had my collision at the end, so I don't see that being an issue. Give me 1 minute here. And I apologize. So now that I looked at this, I had put this in, so that was fine. This here, this else, should go underneath this if here. So I did it right down here, but on this one, I need to indent that. And then these ones, I guess we'll just highlight all that, need to be indented as well. I apologize for that. So what was happening is it was setting it all to black right away. So let's just see here. If I run this, so it goes down. Now it should go back to the center here. Okay, so we're having a problem with that resetting. Now, nobody got a point. Run this again. I'm going to go down, see if I get a collision. Nope. Something's still wrong. So let me take another look here. And Mr. Fleming made the oldest mistake in the book. He forgot that he had turned off the collision. Let's try that again. Okay. So once that goes, let's just see if it resets here. Good, it resets. And if I move that up, I don't know if it'll be quick enough. Whoops, it did go through. Let's see, I'm going to go back and forth here while I try to, okay, let me just go down to here. Now this game is relatively simple here. So we're looking for a collision. Let's just make sure. There we go. Now it was a little bit off. Let's see if I can get over here in time. It's always going to be traveling a diagonal, so there's a little bit of an issue. Okay, so that's a good of a bounce. Now we will just sort of let this one bounce back. And just get this one out of the way. If I can, there we go. And just make sure that player one gets some points too. Yeah, and it is. Okay, so player one is getting his points. Player two got their points. And the game is working. Now, it's not the most perfect game in the world. As you can see, it's going to be pretty boring. You can just place your paddles there. But I think it gives you a good idea of what's happening. And we could try changing some values here to create a little bit of variation. So we might try to mess around here and create a bit of randomness when it hits, so that it's not always got the same sort of velocity here. I think that would help us out. And obviously you could turn up the tick. Okay, so I think we were able to go through this pretty closely as we were sort of worked through, and hopefully that's developed your understanding and gives you kind of an idea of what you could do to create a relatively simple Pong game in Pygame. So good luck with your modifications.